Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Volvo and why I've chosen for it to be the sort of manufacturer of the channel, as it were. So obviously this is my 2009 Volvo S80 D5, and I've had this car for well, we're coming on 7 months now, and I wanted to talk to you guys about why I chose Volvo, and why I've sort of chosen to dedicate the channel to Volvo, what it sort of means for me, and yeah, just really why this channel's sort of gone from a BMW channel to a more Volvo focused channel. So let's get into it. So my fascination with Volvo isn't a new thing. When I first started driving, I wanted a Volvo V70. I wanted the T5 because I've watched it on Traffic Cops, and I saw that that's all they used on the motorways, were big, powerful, comfy Volvos. So my fascination sort of started there, and as I've grown up over the years, I've been fascinated with the way that they sort of promote the safety, but they still make big, comfy cruiser cars. Now my favourite type of car is a big saloon like this car, so the S80 was sort of the natural choice for me. I've also been a massive fan of the XC generation cars, or sort of the XC line of cars, in terms of the XC90 and especially the XC70, because I just think that's so cool that you can get a V70 that's good off-road as well. So that's sort of been, Volvo has sort of been part of my automotive interest from the very start, really. Fast forward until January this year, I was involved in a head-on car accident, and I got very lucky with minimal injuries, and it was testament to the build strength and the safety of my BMW at the time. But it made me realise that actually you can drive a very nice car and have a very, very safe car. I mean, this car at the time, when it was released, was the safest car in the world. There's no doubts about that. And Volvo do continue to make the safest cars in the world. For example, they invented the seat belts. They've got side impact protection, SIPs, which is one of the most famous innovations. They've also got credits with all various airbags and everything like that. And essentially what Volvo have designed is a car that just does everything you could ever want from a car. The circumstance of my accident where a chap fell asleep and hit me head on, and Volvo sort of design cars to protect you in that way, because they're quite aware that it's not always your fault that an accident is caused. Don't get me wrong, other vehicles are sort of getting towards Volvo safety, and they do have safety in mind, but I think Volvo sort of managed to implement it very, very well. It's sort of their basis of the design to start off with. So that's another reason. It's just the safety thing. Obviously, it's been sort of knocked home to me quite dramatically. But yeah, I just sort of think, why wouldn't you? In terms of what these cars are like to drive, well, this has got the D5 2.4 twin turbo engine, and it's a big old lump of a diesel engine, 5 cylinders, 2.4 litres, which actually in terms of displacement isn't that big. And in this car it's mated to a 6-speed automatic gearbox. It produces this one's 245 brake horsepower thanks to the little tuning badge there, Polestar. You're looking at nearly, just over 400 newton meters of torque as well, and the performance that you get from this car doesn't match the size of it. It should be much slower, but with such a stout, powerful engine, nice torquey engine. And the thing is with this 2.4 engine, again with Volvo, it's built to last. So these engines will do 200, 300, 400,000 miles in their lifetime with fairly minimal maintenance. As long as you do the scheduled stuff, they last very, very well. And Volvos themselves just last very, very well. It's very rare to see a Volvo that's rusted, unless it's an older Volvo, back when the rust proofing wasn't as good. But modern Volvos do not tend to rust. They're just really, really solid cars, and that's very evident as soon as you sort of get into it. For example, this boot lid weighs an absolute ton. They're just very, very solid, big cars. Fuel economy, it's half decent. This is the sort of car that is overbuilt. So whereas on the BMW or say the Mercedes, they've got loads of technology to make it more fuel efficient, and they essentially choke the engine to make it more compliant and just make it sort of work within its towards the edge of its limits. Whereas these engines are essentially overbuilt, and as are the transmissions, so they've got loads of life in them just because of the fact that they're so it's hard to explain, but essentially they're so underworked in their application. I mean, they use this engine in boats and everything, and yeah, it's just a really, really nice package. In terms of comfort, you can't really go wrong. Volvo use spinal surgeons and ergonomic experts and everything like that, who essentially design the seats to make sure they're the best for your back. Which I know I'm 22, so I don't really need to be worrying about my back. But trust me, once you've driven this, you probably won't ever want to go back, because I've driven this car, I've driven Mercedes, a BMW, that sort of thing, and this car is the most comfortable car I've ever sat in, full stop. The seats are just fantastic, and it's because of that, just the whole package in general. It's sort of for people that know, as it were, people who've got nothing to prove. They're quite happy. They don't need to have the brand new flashy car, for example. They just want a nice, big, comfortable cruiser car, and Volvos are perfect. And I think there's a reason also that the police in the UK have been using them for years, just because they're so reliable and built solid. And many police officers have been hurt in BMWs and that sort of thing. But in terms of Volvo accidents and police officers tend to come out absolutely fine after crashing into a car at over 100 miles an hour. So yeah, just little things like that I think make Volvo one of my favourite brands. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the description, in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.